Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to John's Model Maker. Today we've got Titanic issue 7. Now in it we get a catwalk. Just get the, here we go. This is for the base of the engine, parts of this issue, catwalk, base for the engine, hull joining plate and 4 sets of screws. We also obviously need the engine from previous, which is working perfectly, and we need the hull because we've got a joining plate for the hull. I've taken the Titanic nameplate off for now, but we'll do that a little bit later. Have a quick look at the parts. There's a connecting plate, screws all stapled together, and the parts are wrapped up in this lovely bit of paper. That's the first piece. It's all plastic. This is definitely metal. There we go. And that is 7B base for the engine. That is metal. Okie doke. There we go. So, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, so first of all we need 7A, which is this piece, and we need these two on this end of here, which goes in just like that. There we go. There are some location points here and here. We need to then screw that into place. So 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one. There we go. That's all 4 screws in place. And now for the second part, which is 7B. Now we need this piece, and looking at that, so that goes like that way, that way. Yep. There we go, just like that. Sits on there nicely. And we need 4 FM screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 AP screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's get them out. There's the BP screws. AP for plastic. These are the FN screws. There we go. That is that. Part of the base engine completed. Okie dokie. So there's the completed engine, and as you can see, that is how it will be in the ship. That's it, sat down, and the 2 ladders here and here, and that will rotate the pistons going into them cylinders up and down. That's brilliant. That's going to look fantastic on the ship when it's done. Excellent stuff. Okay, now we need this section of the hull, so we can fit this connecting plate here like that, and basically we screw in with BP screws from the other side, this side. That's not found its... No, that's better. There's a location peg there that hadn't popped through. There we go. That's that in place. Now all that leaves us today is to put the nameplates in place. And that goes there. There we go. Right. You can pop a little bit of glue on it. You can actually get to it from this end, from the inside. Well, there we go. That is that for issue 7. So there's support plates here, and there we are, the base of the engine. See the ladders? That looks brilliant, that. There we go. That's a lot better. So these are the ladders. I did put my two pieces of the boat together. Use the single screw by these holes. Just stop it from getting damaged. One screw. That middle one there. There we go. You can store it just like that. There you go. You can store it just like that. You could wrap it back up if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But there we go. Got a Titanic on that side and Titanic on that side. Brilliant. Excellent stuff. Right, let's have a look at the magazine. There we go. That was excellent. That looks really good now, doesn't it? We get the in page, sorry, I should say issue 8. Coming in issue 8, we get details for the forecastle, including bow support, bits, winches, valves, anchor, chain guides, trim, and assorted screws. There we go. Coming in issue 8. Excellent stuff. That'll finish that off nicely, I suppose. Okay, now let's have a look at the mag. Titanic's engines on page 3. Main picture shows the Titanic and its sister ship Olympic had powerful propellers. This photograph was taken while Olympic was in dry dock. Titanic's engines, the steam generated in the ship's 6 boiler rooms fed the liners 2 mighty reciprocating engines. The enormous power generated by the engines turned Titanic's giant propellers. That's excellent stuff. That goes on for a couple of pages. On the second page, a small article, change of course. Titanic's destiny was a consequence of an ill-fated chain of events that together led to tragedy. The only positive aspect of history's most famous sinking was an immediate soul-searching that followed, and which led to a real change of course in the management of the contributing factors on future transatlantic cruise liners. That'll be a good read. And on page 5 is quite an emotive piece. The unknown child. For many decades the identity of body number 4 was unknown. The remains of a baby had been discovered during recovery efforts, but who was he? The Fairview Lawn Cemetery in the Canadian city of Halifax is perhaps best known for being the burial place of many of the victims of the Titanic disaster. One headstone in particular captures the imagination of visitors to this day. People still lay flowers, toys and teddy bears next to it. This is the grave of a baby whose name and history only became known in the early 2000s. Today the monument includes an inscription naming Sidney Leslie Goodwin, an English boy who at just 19 months old was one of the youngest of the victims to have their remains recovered. The story of what happened to Sidney and how he came to be identified, having been referred to for decades as simply body number 4, obviously began on the unfated night of Titanic's sinking, when the baby and his entire family, as was later to be discovered, lost their lives. Having saved the survivors, the ships on the scene of the tragedy returned to port, but the stretch of sea where the ship had dramatically sunk soon became busy with other ships that had been tasked with removing the bodies of the victims. And that very emotive piece goes on for a couple of pages. On page 7, a dive in the pool. White Star ocean liners of the day had featured on-board swimming pools since 1906, but Titanic's pool provided its wealthy passengers with new levels of poolside luxury. A couple of pages there of that article. And on page 8 we have Titanic's lamps. To light up the grand first-class lounges during gala evenings, as well as the lowliest third-class dawns, needed an electricity supply capable of producing a continuous current of 16,000 amps with a voltage of 100 volts. This power supply was fed by the low-pressure Pearson's turbine, which was housed in a huge compartment located at the back of the turbine room itself. And in the picture, the ghostly remains of an elaborate chandelier hangs still attached by its wires in front of the opening that housed the grand staircase. And then we have the instructions, and that is it for this week of issue 7. Excellent stuff. It's really going to look fantastic, this, I think. And that engine as well. Those ladders just bring it into perspective for me. The scale of it. Excellent stuff. Anyway, if you did enjoy that, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you soon with another video, hopefully the Ghostbusters video. That is virtually complete now, or the video is nearly complete. I've just got 1 or 2 details to add to it, and then that can be shared online. But anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.